Hey there, everybody. Welcome back for another NGS cast for tonight. We've got plenty of games we've been casting this week. Me and Sheej here have been on a tear. Third stream in a row. And tonight we've got Division A East. We've got Dark Allegiance versus the Tricky Gooses. Sheej, how you feeling tonight?
Feeling good, man. We're gonna be casting our former teammate and longtime buddy, and should be a fun time.
Yeah, so we'll be keeping a close eye on Key 1108 tonight. Master healer out there. Let's see what he can do tonight in this matchup versus Dark Allegiance. Looks like they've got a lobby set up. Let's make sure we're good in there.
And Key invited me.
That's the easy way in. It's usually a little more complicated. Trying to make sure everything's working out. But got to give a shout out to Sheej01 in the chat, the first subscriber to the channel, with or without balls. He's totally making the with balls play here as the first and only subscriber to our channel. Whoever you are out there. What are you doing, man? What are you doing? All right, we really appreciate it.
It was free using Twitch Prime, so click the subscribe button. Check if it was. Check if your Twitch Prime is available.
Yeah, we'll keep it nice and safe for you here. So yeah, let's check out what we've got for tonight. Dark Allegiance and Tricky Gooses sitting in 7th and 8th place in their division. Tricky Gooses with 6 points, Dark Allegiance with 3. So kind of a little bit of a spread here after 5 weeks. And but it's going to be a close match. We like to catch the close matches here. Both of them have one domination under their belt. I don't know if that's because a team has quit the league. It looks like there's someone who just lost all their games. But hey, domination's a domination in my book. So let's see what they can do tonight. We are heading into the first draft, so let's quickly go over the maps as we get this started. It was Tricky Gooses that won the coin toss and decided to take first pick. Dark Allegiance taking out BOE and All-Track Pass. Tricky Gooses taking out Garden Terror and Braxis Holdout, and we are going to Dragonshire for the first map. So let's head right in there. The draft has started.
Yeah, Dragonshire is the macro-heavy map, in my opinion. So we'll see what kind of strategy these teams have in mind. Whitemane banned right off the bat.
Yeah, so that's got to be a target ban. You don't usually see that immediately, and we know Key, having played with him, is a scout master. He's got spreadsheets, he's got pivot tables, he's looking at all angles of these stats. He loves to look it up, and he's gonna make sure that these bans count tonight.
Yeah, that definitely feels like a Key target one guy kind of ban. So let's see if they follow it up with another healer ban, or if that's good enough.
Yep, the Sonya taken out by Allegiance here. That's kind of a standard kind of pick. Chromie taken out. What do you think of that, Chromie? You think that's a target ban?
That feels more like a general meta thing, and just like she's like a really annoying hero to play against for sure. The slowing stance slows you down so much, and feels like she can just keep it there forever. Because
yeah, definitely in the ARAM meta that we've been a part of, Chromie just puts a slowing sands, and I feel like it doesn't drain her mana at all. It's supposed to, but it doesn't. Rexar banned out, another kind of classic pick on this map for the point control. And we see that Garrosh first pick for Miniken.
Yeah, Garrosh definitely a threat. But there are heroes that, you know, you can pick to deal with it. So let's see what we got coming up.
I like Garrosh on this map there's a lot of bushes he can kind of just appear out of, and around the bottom shrine there's bushes on both sides, so he can kind of just sneak up on you for the most part. ETC is a good kind of sacrificial cow to take the toss in and be able to slide back out to safety. So that's a good response, I think.
Yeah, and if he's using his W's wisely, he can always keep the Garrosh out of range of him. So
Yeah, and not even give him the toss. And there's Key picking up the Uther and Tychus, a very priority pick in the current meta. So Uther usually, we see him a lot in double healer comps. So I'm curious if they're going to pull something like that out.
yeah, it could be, and I don't want to reveal all of Key's strategies, but I do know that he is a fan of solo heal Uther. He thinks it's a lot stronger than most people give it credit for.
I mean, I've seen it, and definitely in the right hands. You put it in my hands, and my cooldowns are always off. And it's like, sorry, I can't heal you. This 10-second cooldown, and I wasted when you were like 95% health.
Yep.
So going through the rest of the bans, we got the Zul'Ban and Anduin. So they're kind of continuing to choke out the healers there. They've already picked theirs. Seems like an appropriate ban for Tricky Gooses here.
Yeah, Anduin ban makes a lot of sense. The Zul, I find pretty interesting. You don't see him too much.
Something
and
you
the
like.
Medivh. I love playing Medivh into Garrosh. It's like it feels like a direct counter, 1-to-1 to me.
That's such a good point. I was just saying because you like to play Medivh in general, but like into this, it's perfect. You protect the target, give them a portal out of the toss, and you're good to go.
Yeah, so we'll have to see if they were expecting that or if caught him off guard a little bit, and if they can adapt in game and find some value out of this Garrosh anyway.
Yeah, I'm curious how they round this out. D.Va for the solo lane. You know, the thing about Dragonshire, the solo laner doesn't get too much team fight time just because there's so much pressure to hold the top shrine. And so you really want to pick a solo laner that can solo lane well. And
yeah, and I think D.Va gives them that.
Oh, and Kira. So this is kind of a loose, fast and loose kind of solo lane. I'm kind of want to watch some of that action.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Yeah. Not a lot of heavy HP bars here on Dark Allegiance, but maybe that's intentional because they're looking at Tychus on the other side.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like their wave clear might be a little lacking in the 4-man. Just with the Li Ming kind of solo damage. I guess Medivh can use his Q, but not really what he wants to be using it for. But we'll see. So heading into game one.
We'll see.
And we've got yeah, I don't know. I think this is going to come out. I want to see how it plays out because the Li Ming solo damage down there in the 4-man just doesn't scream to me as, you know, as a good idea. But let's see.
Yeah, it's tough. I'm not sure which draft I like better here. I think I would like the Tricky Gooses draft, except for the fact that they have Medivh on the other side.
Fair.
So
That's a big negator.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see how well he can do on the Bird Boy.
All right, so Dark Allegiance here on the blue team. We've got huge slot on the ETC. USA Mafia playing the Brightwing. Tops there on the Medivh. Flames playing Chromie. And Voisin 4 on the Li Ming.
And on the right for the Tricky Gooses, Miniken on the Garrosh, Elf Boy on D.Va, Nanon on Gul'dan, Birdie on Tychus, and our boy Key 1108 on Uther.
Here we go. Both teams starting off in the mid. Faster clear for Tricky Gooses, kind of how we expected with that Gul'dan. Going to be a lot of quicker clear for them. And they're trying to make a play onto Voisin here. Top's coming and getting some of his stacks. No flip just yet.
No action really one way or the other just yet.
But we do see Tricky Gooses more kind of getting a rotate. Brightwing sitting in mid for the most part. Here's a flip onto Medivh. Does get the portal out. And that's kind of what he wants to do. Not enough of a chain CC to get the kill. But you could see the power of the Garrosh there and the power of the Medivh.
Yeah, I mean that's the target you need, right? The only way you can stop Medivh from saving the person is if you get Medivh himself.
Exactly.
So keep an eye on that. Well, I gotta watch your positioning there. But we saw kind of an interesting rotation. We saw D.Va rotate down at the same time as the 4-man, so they kind of had this 5-man mid crash.
Ooh, big slide
cool.
by ETC onto 3 is deep. Now taking the portal out. Miniken still on point. They're trying to steal this away, and that's first blood for Tricky Gooses onto ETC and a camp steal.
Nice and aggressive early. I like to see it.
You got to get that Garrosh value. I think... Well, tell me about Medivh. Throughout the game, does his force of will, his protect, get stronger? Or longer
so
or anything?
at level 13, there's a talent where you can reduce the cooldown based on the damage of the target. And that's probably what we'll see.
Ooh.
Sometimes you see the circle of protection.
And that looked like the protect went onto ETC. ETC slid in trying to help Li Ming, and it kind of fatty boy got in the way. And that was another kill there for Tricky Gooses with another good flip.
Oh, and we see the aggressive slide and just immediately gets flipped in there and huge punish. So
yeah, and like you were saying, that circle of protection could be good because, you know, when ETC slides in as well as part of helping the flip target. Look at that portal, mini tiny portal. You know, multiple people getting that protect could be pretty nice as well. So that could be a benefit for them.
Yeah, I mean both are good. I think it comes down to the situation and personal preference. I think I would like to see the cooldown reduction though.
Okay.
For this
now,
game.
Up top, Flames look like getting the upper hand here on the 1v1 Elf Boy versus Flames, and being able to hold the top point pretty much entirely so far.
Yeah, definitely interesting.
Because we've seen, you know,
obviously that was the counter pick they went for, and working out. We'll see if D.Va can turn that around.
Yeah, Tricky Gooses have been dominating in the 4-man, but Kira having that to their advantage has kept Dark Allegiance, you know, safe from a Dragon Knight.
Definitely.
And we've got W build here for Gul'dan, so that's, I see it a lot in ARAM, and I mean, it's nice actually on a flip target. You point and click, a lot of extra damage, because I like it, because it's kind of like a single target damage compared to the rest of his kit, which is more AoE.
Yeah, definitely interesting. I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with the patch notes in recent months, but maybe it got buffed or something. I don't know. But it never used to be the go-to.
Yeah, you usually saw the corruption build, but Miniken playing very aggressively, moving in. They actually get the bot fort already without a Dragon Knight.
Got the fort down, and that's a result of all those camps they were able to get, just crashing down on the fort. And Dark Legion's trying to claim their camp for the first time this game. Looks like no invade coming out this time.
Yeah, Tricky Goose is not even that far ahead in XP. It's just kind of that aggressive pressure from Garrosh not being able to be mitigated too much. So huge slot.
Yeah, but I think you're going to see the value of getting that bot fort down already pay huge dividends for this game.
Absolutely. Bot tends to be the focus for most teams anyways because of all the camps you can get pushing in the bot lane. So I would imagine that the catapult pressure here will help favor them in holding this bot point.
Definitely, and if you can force a team fight on that bottom altar, you're at a huge advantage with distance to safety as well. And look at this, they're just zoning them off of the wave from the top side and just getting damage on this keep wall already.
This is nuts. They're very aggressive with that level 10. Let's check out some of these talents as both teams hit level 10. Divine Shield for Uther. And here comes a Leyline Seal. Catches one. Nothing comes of it. We've got micro missiles for Diva, the laser, Draken laser drill for Tychus, Horrify for Gul'dan, and Warlord's Challenge for Garrosh. Gets the flip.
There's the flip onto Medivh. The portal comes out, but the taunt, just barely has enough time to get through that portal.
Sneak out. On the other side, we've got the Blink Heal, Wave of Force, Leyline Seal, Final Strike, and Stage Dive. So Stage Dive there for ETC. What do you think?
That's interesting. There are a lot of interrupts, I suppose. You know, he can kind of cleanse or Divine Shield somebody out of it. Tychus has his grenade. Gul'dan has the Horrify. So
yeah,
I don't hate it. And you know, it's never bad to have a global on this map. So
Tricky Gooses were trying to trickily head up top, but Medivh in the sky keeping an eye on them and not really letting them get a flank onto Kira. Now, as Tricky Gooses are taking their camp, both altars are in favor.
Ooh. Good attempt on the taunt there.
Yeah,
but
that was
ETC able to slide away in time.
That would have been a very... Ooh, uh-oh, up top, Diva. Taken out.
Gonna lose her mech. Here comes the stage dive. But looks like Tricky Gooses is first on the rotation here. There's the fear.
Leyline Seal goes down
Kira
also.
Able to get out through the portal just barely. And
then Tychus actually ends her on the other side. I was kind of zoomed in on the point fight, and yeah, on the other side, Tychus knocked her out.
That was a bit of a tricky play there, and
bit of a 5v4. Yeah.
Never bothered to roam up. She said, "You know what? By the time I get there, the fight would have already been over. So I'm just gonna hit towers for a little bit,
get a little bit of damage." But level 13 advantage. Brightwing actually going up onto point. Let's see if they can get the stall. Not quite. Elfboy sneaks up and doesn't allow it. Pretty close. And that's first Dragon Knight.
DK for Tricky Gooses.
And Gul'dan inside, just kind of barreling down mid so far. Looks like it's going to be another keep. Excuse me, fort converting here.
Yep, able to get that mid fort, and they're going to take it down bot, try to poke down these towers here.
Medivh one away, and there is the Arcane Rift. Gets that Master's Touch from his level 1 now.
Do be careful about overstaying here if you're the Tricky Gooses.
Especially Gul'dan that deep.
Is very deep. Eats an orb. There's the ley line. Only hits Garrosh though.
But now we've got huge slot going in deep and a beautiful cleanse onto Nana Ni. Key stopping that slide, and now Fear onto 2. Invulnerable popped onto Gul'dan to keep him up. Medivh barely getting out, his first to fall. Elfboy pushed out of the mech, but Flames also gonna fall. So is actually both Big and Little Diva. So 2 for 1.5 kinda, because Diva lost the mech as well. But looks like with this advantage.
Yeah, pretty close fight, but Tricky Gooses do take it 2-1, and they're trying to finish off the keep. Oh, they do get it, but Garrosh pays with his life for it.
I'd say it's a worth trade. I mean, he didn't have to die there. He could have got out. Oh, let's see if Huge Slot can catch Nana Ni. I don't know what he was looking for, but his team was a little too far behind, but maybe just wanted to get to this bot point. Looks like that's going to be the play.
Trying to catch up Gul'dan on the end of that play, but nobody was close enough to follow up, so ends up using the stage dive for nothing, but not the longest of cooldowns, so no harm, no foul.
Yeah, and he has that level 13 that also gives him cooldown reduction, so on top of that, he'll have it quickly.
And Tricky Goose is potentially invading the top camp here.
Yeah. Elfboy on point with a bomb.
She's got bomb available.
Flames thrown back in. Nice protect. Keeps Kira alive. And now a huge ley line on 3.
Any follow-up? No.
just a disengage there.
Yep. Definitely a big ley line.
And the Dragon Knight's
And,
power is yours.
No casualties, but Tricky Gooses do steal away the camp.
They do have the level 16 advantage, so I guess that's why they were going for that aggressive play there. Now Birdie looking for huge slot down bot. Now Nani trying to cut him off, and that's going to be a kill onto ETC with that 16 advantage. Looks like they were going for another DK.
And they should be able to get it here. Yep.
Cleanses all.
Garrosh inside this time, so Gul'dan able to pop out his siege damage on top of. Oh, leyline.
I didn't actually know you could leyline that.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Huh?
And,
Now you know. The more you know.
The more you know.
Tricky Goose is here, just barreling down the mid side now. They do have the bot keep. They probably thought it was a little too early to take the DK to core. So if they could get a second keep here, would be really help solidify their advantage. Another ley line down, and here Kira catches one deep going in, and now the stage dive behind.
Well-timed Divine Shield gets Tychus away for the moment. Here's the turnaround, the taunt on two. Garrosh falls though. They're very low, Birdie very low.
Resets for Li Ming, but not quite enough. She does fall to those micro missiles.
Micro missiles getting value there.
Team's core is taking damage.
Oh, had a little lag there during Medivh's death. Medivh cheats. He didn't want us to see that. 4 catapults on the core right now. Kind of early. They're working on that shield, but looks like they're going to get a little core damage in. One more rock. Bang.
7%. Nothing to sneeze at.
Yep.
And yeah, we saw another close team fight. Ended up going 3 for 2 in the favor of Tricky Gooses. But some life in the game for Dark Allegiance.
Absolutely. I want them to look aggressively once their boys are up for a team fight somewhere. I know it's going to be tough with nothing really on the map, but that's if they can find something before 20 is ideal for them to continue to be able to get back in this game.
Absolutely. And maybe it'll have to be over one of these altars. But already only half a level away to the level 20 for Tricky Gooses.
And they're just aggressively pushing in, getting that top fort even before the camp arrives. And everyone backing.
Oh,
there we go. This could be what they wanted.
The ley line. Stage dive behind everybody. There's the taunt onto 2. Oh, huge fear.
Catches for the protect, keeping ETC alive, but Brightwing falls in the back. That's 2 down, and they're chasing further. Key gets thrown in by Into the Fray from Garrosh. Looking for more. Tops does get the Hammer of Justice, and that's going to be 3 for none.
For the follow-up. Yeah, I mean, it was a good catch out by the Medivh, but just not the stage dive. I think was mistimed on top of it, so they're able to turn it around. They get the level 20s in the middle of the fight, and 3 for nothing for Tricky Gooses.
Yeah, we've got Bulwark of Light, group Divine Shield at 20. The timing attack for Diva can do this all day. Demonic Circle and Titanic Might for Garrosh there. It looks like they're taking it bot. I think they're just going to go towards the core here.
Yeah, we've got 4 people alive for Dark Allegiance. Medivh spawning in 10 seconds.
They did get that 7% earlier.
That's true. That's true. Not a full core.
I'm sure they calculated that into their, into their decision here.
Yeah, it's falling pretty fast.
Yeah, and
50%. There's the ley line. 2 heroes down though for Dark Allegiance. Li Ming is one of the best core defenders in the game. So let's see if, but not quite enough this time. Tricky Gooses takes game 1.
Yeah, pretty strong play there by the Garrosh. Very aggressive the whole time. Key with the Uther following up the stun, and the Medivh just not enough to stop that. And they get to pull it off. They pulled off just what they wanted there with that Garrosh comp. Pick them off.
Yep, and we saw some beautiful clutch cleanses and divine shields throughout from Key, and that huge 4-man fear in the top lane to hit the game-winning team fight.
So let's check out some of these stats while we wait for game number 2. Gul'dan and Uther, actually. No deaths there. 61,000 popped out by Gul'dan. Severely ahead in the damage there. Kira actually popping out a lot of damage up top in that 1v1. But yeah, you could see, I mean, just the solo Li Ming, Medivh as well, like, I don't think they could pull off enough to get the kills they needed for Li Ming to pop off. Maybe it's hard to say, because once you have they had already picked the Li Ming when they got the Medivh, so it's like, I don't know what pairs better. How do you do it? Do you go Medivh with maybe like a Rainer or something like that can kind of keep peppering in, and Medivh kind of acts as like a pseudo mage? What do you think?
Yeah, it's kind of tough. I don't think the Li Ming solo damage is like wrong explicitly, but they kind of had like two mentalities going, where you have the Medivh here trying to like play defensively and stop this Garrosh from getting all these picks, and then at the same time you have this ETC Li Ming Brightwing that are like, yeah, let's go in, hit a slide combo, get the Li Ming full combo, and hit the polymorph at the end to slow them down. But then it's like what's the Medivh for in that scenario, you know? So a little bit awkward of a draft.
Yeah, because the Medivh, I get it, is like kind of there to save the target, but their plan is like, if someone gets tossed, everyone's going in with them, you know? Like,
exactly.
Let's just toss our whole team in there. So I get that. So it looks like they're setting up a lobby for game number 2 now.
All right.
And let's check out some of these talents while we head over there.
Yep. We saw the Enduring Well, like I mentioned, for Medivh.
That was the cooldown reduction.
Yep, and we also saw the at level 16 the Temporal Flux. So every time you hit your Q, you get cooldown reduction on your ultimate. So we saw those ley lines coming out all the time. And looks like we've got a lobby already, so.
Yeah, we've got pretty much everyone in here. We're going to be going to Infernal Shrines here for game number 2. And let's see which team picked that. Looks like it was Tricky Goose's picking, so we'll have Dark Allegiance getting first pick this time. They opted to go for the first pick. They didn't have it last time. Let's see if they can kind of make an adjustment here, if they want to ban the Garrosh so they can't kind of pull the same thing on them. This is kind of what happened to us yesterday in yesterday's cast. Is game 1, the team with the Garrosh just annihilated, and then 2 and 3 we had the ban on the Garrosh, and it was a reverse sweep. So
yeah, so we'll see if they think that's what the problem was. I mean, it's definitely a menace in the right hands. Can't argue with that.
For sure.
But other than that, I mean, I didn't hate the Medivh idea. I think the execution was maybe a little bit off. But yeah, we'll see what the adjustments are going into game 2.
So letting them know we're ready here. And we'll be starting shortly. We've got a full lobby. Didn't see this before, but Loquacious Duck here, rooting for Tricky Gooses, Vendetta. Honk honk. You hear it.
Honk honk, dude. Us too. Not that we're biased. Nope.
But we like to see Key doing it.
Definitely had a great game 1 on the Uther.
Yeah, but don't get us wrong. If we see Key make a huge misstep, we are going to flame him like no other.
Don't even forget it.
So let's see. Let's give him a second. We should be starting any moment here. I think we're gonna see the Garrosh band come out here. Just make
Alright,
them
looks like-
play it differently, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Looks like both teams are ready. Should be starting any moment here. As we awkwardly wait.
Yep. See, these guys are just like the rock stars. They're just making us wait. You know, they said the show's gonna start, but they're still backstage having a beer. Crowd's ready for the performance, but it's kind of, you know, they make you wait for it.
Hell yeah.
We got ours from both teams though, so
Just whoever's in charge of hitting the start button. There we go.
just like that.
All right, Infernal Shrines. This is kind of the one of the oldest maps. Pretty standard stuff can come out. You do want to prioritize a little bit of shrine clear for those monkeys on the objective, but other than that, you can kind of get away with any strategy you want here.
Yeah, I like this map. It's pretty versatile how you want to play it. That being said, you do want something that can be clearing on the point. But other than that, you can kind of
Yeah, great point. Glad you thought of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I just reiterate what you just said? Because I was texting.
Oh, okay. Well, as long as your priorities are in order. We see the Zul ban again. Still wondering about that one because I don't think he's too high up in the meta right now. But Tricky Goose is sticking with their target white main.
I do remember one of the few times we played Zul last season. It was on this map and we won. So there you have it.
Oh,
Zul,
well then there you go. Zul OP.
Yeah, that's it. That's all. What more data do you need other than anecdotal evidence?
Huge sample size and key drawing the respect ban on the Uther there.
Okay.
Huge. That's gonna make their the Goose is banning out the garage themselves.
Interesting choice, I guess. Maybe because they didn't want it taken away as a first pick. But Sonya, I mean, she loves this map, being able to spin on point and being high in the meta.
Yeah, definitely a surprising ban there for me, but we'll see. They must have been expecting that the Sonya could come, so let's see what their plan is to deal with it.
Our world is worth fighting.
Oh, and here we go. We've got the legendary Key Stukov. All right.
This is
a treat.
Yeah, a Stukov of myth here, and we get to see it today. So we did see a 3-man root from a Stukov.
The crusade calls.
Was that yesterday's stream or was that 2 days ago? We've had some insane plays. No, I think that was yesterday.
I think it might have been yesterday.
Yeah. Desda
Desda, yeah.
hitting the 3-man Stukov route. Let's see if Key can match or top that today with us.
So there you go, Key. If you're listening, your score to beat is 3 on the root combo.
And they all have to die.
And they all have to die immediately. Yeah. Johanna and Anduin locked in for Dark Allegiance here. Just I like it. Pretty standard all around heroes here that are good in pretty much every situation.
And great on the point.
And great on the point for sure. It's going to be really hard to kill off that Johanna because even if you get through that giant health bar, Anduin can pull her out of danger.
Absolutely. Lucio banned out, so potentially thinking a double healer was on the way.
Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe they didn't realize the Stukov was there or something, but Definitely a weird ban.
Yeah, I think usually when you see the double healer, it's with like a Uther as a second healer, but maybe not. Maybe there's other double healer comps that we don't see in ARAM.
It's about
True.
We see 4 healer comps in ARAM.
Yep, those are pretty prevalent. There's a Hogger coming out. That's exciting.
Yeah,
Hog champ.
Hog champs in the hogs, and Hog champ did pretty good actually in yesterday's game. It was my first cast at least of a Hogger game, and got a respect ban in the following game after that. So I feel like and it was actually a Sonya versus Hogger situation. So let's see how that one pans out today.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, Hogger was mostly getting the better of Sonya in the 1v1.
Yeah.
So we'll see if we can get a repeat of that.
Ooh.
Oh. Heavy front line here with the Deathwing.
Wow.
May and Hogger.
Not really much as percentage damage. I mean, Sonya can at 16. Hanzo can shred the armor a little bit, but Deathwing looks pretty good to me into that.
Yeah, and I think definitely great on the Shrine. Lots of AoE damage, and can kind of get that fly in those choke points to cut off the escape.
Yeah. And some squishy health bars on the side of Dark Allegiance, so they're going to have to play carefully around that Shrine phase to try and win it and also survive, obviously.
Yeah. And I do like the draft here for Dark Allegiance too, though. I mean, pretty much just super stable standard 2 frontliners, a mage and an auto attack poke hero, with Anduin keeping everybody alive in the back.
Yeah. So Jordo Max actually saying that there's a Garrosh 1 trick on Dark Allegiance. Pixel RL confirming that with an up arrow there. Jordo Max saying KT, Hanzo, and Sonya are all good into Deathwing late game. But in the early game, Jordo Max suspects that Tricky Gooses should have it. Let's see if the Jordo Max predictions play out here. On the left-hand side, Dark Allegiance, Voisin 4 now on Hanzo. Huge slot playing the Johanna. Flames coming out from Kael'thas, and USA Mafia playing Anduin tops on Sonya.
And the Tricky Gooses on the right, Mini Ken on the May, Elfboy on the Hogger, Key on his Stukov Birdie, playing Deathwing, and Nanani on Tychus. A little bit of a roll swap there, I believe. Or maybe not.
Was that?
And Nanani was Gul'dan, I believe.
Yes.
And both sides throwing out some abilities back and forth. Nothing too major so far. Hanzo gets a good chunk out on him.
Johanna already working on the bot wave, but no minions to be missed. Birdie does show up, as do the rest of the team. Mini Ken, look at him holding this bush, creating a slowdown here for the members of Dark Allegiance. Now caught in a silence puddle and take a ton of damage just rotating. Flames and Voisin forced to tap here.
Yeah, nice play there from Minican. Manages to land a stun on both of the DPS there. And they take a lot of damage there, just trying to rotate down.
Stukov and May starting on the camp. Nanani now heading over to help as well. Both teams working on their respective Impaler camp. Let's see what's going on up top. Tops and Elf Boy going back and forth. Nothing much yet. Pretty full health bars from both of them, just clearing out minions. So we'll check in on them. Huge slot bot. So actually 3-man mid does not have their tank, and there's a W combo from Stukov. Key showing us doesn't even need the root to land those. And that's a first blood on Kael'thas.
Yep. And I've seen Key do that way too many times, so
It's
not
almost
really
like you
surprised.
see it coming.
but it's still a strong play nonetheless. And May hanging out in that bush again, but not for too long, just checking out what's going on.
So actually, Shaman Camp was taken out here up top for Tricky Gooses. Gives them a little bit of an advantage pushing in lane, and Hogger just deciding to take that advantage to just leave and join the team a little early here so he can get ready for the Shrine phase.
Yeah, and Dark Legion's not actually getting their camp at all, so...
Actually, looks like they did part of the camp, because only the big Shaman dude is left. What's going on there?
Interesting. I wonder if Sonya's going to go finish that before she rotates down, but she's kind of out of time if that's her plan. 'Cause
Yeah.
Objective is starting, and she's still up in the top lane.
So both teams are here. Everyone here for Tricky Gooses. Sonya yet to come over. And Hogger spinning around willy-nilly over here. And we got a 10 minion advantage here as Tricky Goose is holding the point. Sonya coming from above, about a half health bar. Not being able to come in. Elf Boy keeping him at bay. The rest of the Dark Allegiance coming from the bot side. So a little bit of a split there. They're starting to make their way in.
We saw Dark Allegiance kind of fighting a war on two fronts there. Some of them trying to come in from the bottom while Sonya trying to get in from the top and not really able to do it. So first objective goes to Tricky Gooses.
Just like that, Dark Allegiance does get behind their gate. Actually, Huge Slot stepping out again. And this will be the pull over.
There's the jump and the Iron Skin, nicely done.
So, Frozen Punisher, though, does disable these buildings. Let's see if Tricky Gooses want to move in any further, as this building will be disabled again. They are moving in a little bit. There's a birdie doing the ulti.
The Cataclysm comes out there. And low health bars for Dark Allegiance. This fort getting whittled down here. Tricky Goose is sticking around.
Ooh.
Oh, Mate going in for the tower dive, looking for some action.
Creating some space for the rest of the team to finish off this fort, and that's a big win on the first Punisher phase for Tricky Gooses here.
Yeah, that's huge, absolutely. And Catapult's going to be spawning there for the rest of the game. Next Punisher will be somewhere else, so lots of value there for getting that fort early on.
Absolutely. I want to point out that Hanzo did go Redemption here at 1. He's at 10 out of 12 stacks. He can lose some if he dies, but as I'm speaking, Johanna drops on a big invade from Tricky Gooses. He's at 11 stacks, though.
Yeah. I wonder, probably they're trying to get the armor reduction from his level 7 more consistently. Makes sense there for that pairing.
Yeah, hoping to get Deathwing whittled down as quickly as they can. Does Hanzo get a % damage? I think he does at 16, right?
I think he can, but he gives up the pierce on his scatter arrow,
Maybe
which
not worth
can be a big ability, but could be worth it, with the triple front line here.
So Elf Boy now trying to clear out Key and Miniken coming up, and it looks like the bait is complete as Sonya trying to get away, caught in the ice storm. See you later. All
nice
5 members up
rotation.
top, though.
Yeah, Tricky Gooses are on point with these rotations, constantly moving in for invades on camps and rotating there in the top lane to get the Sonya. Nicely done.
Knowing that they're top, Dark Allegiance decides to move in onto this bot camp. Needs to finish it because Tricky Gooses are on their way back. Huge Slot making some space, and they do capture that as they start whittling down this bot wall.
Yep, so they make the best of what they lost there with the Sonya kill. They get damage on this wall, a tower, and a
Ooh,
gate.
there's a blessed shield. And a shove from Key stops that all together. And we know Key loves the shove. I think he rarely takes the swipe. And he hits some massive shoves. Gives the name sake right there. So let's check out some of these talents at level 10.
Yep, we see Commander Odin there for Tychus. I believe that's the Bellow for Deathwing, Ice Ball for May, and Hogger we saw. I don't know what the name of it is, but it's the
Shockwave.
one, the Shockwave.
Oh, here's
yeah.
a big arrow, though, onto 4 at the point. Key from a distance, dropping his silence, but now he's getting caught out with a Pyroblast. Big invade landing now is Birdie, though, on the point into a bunch of members. I don't think he's going to get out. There's a big fear.
He gets the fear, and he's going to fly away.
Does survive. Uses a lot of cooldowns, but does survive.
Nice invade from Dark Allegiance there with the huge dragon arrow from Voisin.
Voisin hitting
And,
a 4-fer.
That's going to give them control of this point for the moment.
Yeah, it was the shockwave there for Hogger, and then that massive shove we've seen Key pop out. Blue team's got that light bomb, the big dragon arrow right there, bless shield, leap from Sonya, and pyroblast for Kel'Thas.
Let's see if Tricky Gooses can get in here. It doesn't look like it. 38, 39, and 40.
Kel'Thas actually
Punisher
bot clearing
for-
currently.
Yeah, I'd like to see him rejoin the team now.
Yeah, Sonya is with the team, so they do have 4 here. And Kel'Thas
Oh, that's
is on the
pretty
way.
cool. Deathwing can just jump it for free.
That's
Doesn't have to
true.
worry about
He's
it
always
at all.
unstoppable.
And yeah, there's some good damage on this fort.
Actually, they might be able to convert it. They've got a lot of damage. Wasson with that redemption completed, popping out tons of auto attacks. May they
Punisher
have
goes down, and here
overstayed?
comes the engage from Tricky Gooses.
Ooh,
The
big-
Shockwave gets interrupted, actually. Nice timing on the gravity lapse there for Flames.
And Dark Allegiance sneaks away. They don't finish the fort, but just a little sneeze will finish this one off.
Yeah, they can come back and get that later, but it does mean no catapults just yet.
Both teams picking up their Impaler camps for the mid lane. And we got to be careful. Voisin caught
Oh man.
between a lot of stuff there. Huge slot now. No Iron Skin available, and
Yeah,
they were
looks
kind of
like they got
deep.
baited a little bit by that fort. They were like, you know what, let's just get it now.
Yeah.
And they don't dot their I's and cross their T's because they weren't coming in from below. And look at Key, there he is with the root.
That's it. That's a 1-fer. Level
And,
advantage
can't-
not too much though, so pretty even still as far as that's concerned.
Camp still alive in the mid lane for Tricky Gooses. They're going to go ahead and push down this mid fort and should be able to get it pretty easily. Yep.
Team has destroyed a fort.
Big wave crashing now bot, but Birdie and friends showing up to clear this out. Not too much damage hitting onto the fort itself. And it looks like Johanna has her eyes on this. I think she really wants this fort. I think she's doing it again.
She's
Wasn't.
looking. We used the vision arrow this time. Very good.
Ooh.
And they do get it. And looks like rotation there from Flames picks up the kill on Hogger ahead of this
I believe
objective.
Pyroblast was used there to secure that kill. Level 16 though online for both teams. Let's see what Hanzo picked. He went flawless technique, so actually doesn't actually get the pierce either. He doesn't get either one. He goes with hitting heroes with Stormbow increases the damage of basic attacks within 5 seconds by 40.
Interesting.
And increasing basic attacks increase the next Stormbow. I don't see that one too often.
Haven't seen that one before, but we'll see how it works out in the team fights here. Definitely going to be able to auto Deathwing quite a bit.
Yeah. Look at this. There's going to be a trade here. Actually, Sonya doesn't get out. Leap was off on cooldown and gets caught out top, but that's going to be a fort swap.
Destroyed a fort.
I do favor this a lot for Tricky Gooses. Not only did they get the kill, they get the early lead on this objective here. Hogger doing his thing.
And the fort being in the
And,
lane of the objective.
And yeah, there's no fort now to block this Punisher, and Deathwing can just hop in the air and join at a moment's notice. Here he comes.
Yeah, and with Sonya down, this is going to be pretty... I don't think they're going to be there in time. I might just have to give up this objective. And it looks like that's what they're doing.
Looks like that's the play. I'm wondering...
I think they're going for the double camp play bot as a consolation.
Gonna get some camps and shove out the mid lane, I guess, before the Punisher gets to the keep on top.
Yeah, it's gonna have, you know, it will put some pressure. They do have the catapults there. Now the 2 camps, so someone's gonna have to deal with that potentially. Hanzo already heading top, and the rest of the team backing now for the defense.
Yeah, they do get here in time for the defense, but this is an arcade Punisher coming in on a keep, so it's going to be tough to hold on to this keep here.
It hasn't jumped yet, and the wall is down, so they're going to try and get it to jump behind. There it is from Johanna. There's a big arrow landing onto the flying Deathwing, so actually nothing comes of it.
Yep. And don't really want to be starting huge team fights with this Punisher looking to jump on you right in the middle of it all. So, but maybe for the better that they don't commit to that.
Yeah, pretty safe defense. You know, they kind of knew they were going to lose the keep there, but decided let's not lose any heroes on top of that. Let's live to fight another day, not lose the game here, and let's see if we can turn this around.
We see D Nasty in chat saying Tricky Gooses should have held it at 39 to clear out the mid camps. I kind of agree. I think that would have been really smart.
Yeah, that would have
kind
been
of
a big...
invalidated that entire play that they went for.
That's a good point.
Not the case here in the game, but still they do manage to get the keep, and they don't really lose much in the mid anyway.
Both teams working on their shaman now. And no invades either way. Dragon Arrow now coming back offline. I wonder if they're going to wait for 20 or look for a pre-20 fight here for Dark Allegiance. Because 20 will be online first for Tricky Gooses.
Yeah, we'll see if we can force something. Doesn't look like they're going to try. They're just going to... They should be able to get 20 before the next objective as well. So probably that's what they're going for.
Yeah, just a little bit of clearing. Not much to do really right now. If you're not setting up a gank, you're basically just clearing lanes because all the camps are taken. Level 20 online momentarily. We've got the big red button for Tychus. Stood in the fire, the Cataclysm upgrade. Shatter, Ice Wall upgrade. No control for Hogger. That's a fun one. And top off for Key on Stukov. On the left-hand side, we've got that Desperate Prayer for Anduin. Play of the game.
Ooh.
Blessed Shield, Ignore Pain, and Flamethrower.
Desperate Prayer is ambitious talent.
Yeah, look at
We'll
Mini
see
Ken
if he
kind of
can,
deep here and already... Oh! Lands onto one, but... It's looking good.
They do get the kill on Hogger right away. Pyroblast goes out onto Key. He'll be able to heal that up.
Top's trying to spin
kind of in
onto the
trouble
team.
now. Split away from the team.
Couldn't quite get the kill, but looking deep. Birdie actually taking a lot of damage. Will he get out? Flames looking for him, and it looks like that's going to be a dead dragon.
They find their team fight 2 to 3 though, so no tanks available for either side for the next 50 seconds or so.
Yeah.
And
But that shrine is activating, and with the 3-man advantage, I'm guessing that Voisin and Flames can get this started here.
yeah, they should be able to get a pretty good lead here. 7-9 already, and Tricky Goose is looking like they want no part of it.
Gotta be careful
Just-
on the core, though. 2 catapults, a third one arriving now.
Yeah, that's
Johanna
gonna do
will
some
spawn.
damage. Johanna spawning now.
So it
We'll
should
be
be
able
okay.
to draw the aggro from these, I believe.
Yeah, looks like we'll be
And-
okay.
And so no damage there.
He and
Good
Nanani, though, showing
communication.
up. Not, they decide to give this up. This could have. Do you think this could have potentially been another 39 situation where Dark Allegiance maybe push out the lanes, push out top again? Because there's going to be another catapult on their core very shortly.
Yeah, I think you could probably get away with clearing out 1 or 2 more waves there and just have a little bit more breathing room for the catapults.
The Sonya is sticking around
not
here.
a huge misplay, but you know it would have been nice. I think.
There's a stun onto 2, play
Nice
the
to
game, and the
arrow,
lead
Lance.
following it up with a light bomb onto 3 now. Top spinning to win. Key is gonna
Oh.
fall, but a fear onto Anduin actually falls in response, as well as Hanzo. Maybe a little too deep. I don't know how Hanzo went down there.
I don't know how they're
but-
turning this around, but Hogger just
Hogger
living
just-
in the back line.
Hogging it up.
Hog champing all over the place right now. Does go
Tops.
down though.
Finding that one.
Is under attack.
And that looks like that's
Gooses
going to be all
core
she
is
wrote.
under attack, and they're able to hold their keep. So, despite the huge wombo combo there to open up the team fight, actually goes in the favor of Tricky Gooses in the end.
Yeah, kind of surprising. I was like certain that it was that play of the game and leap combo was huge, but I guess they left their back line open there. Gonna have to check the replay because I definitely didn't cast that one right.
Just diving a little bit too deep under the keep, I think. I don't have
it-
another explanation for
I'm
it
guessing
other than-
Hanzo was also tanking the keep because he did the first damage and then appears from the play of the game first. So potentially he was just tanking keep damage as well.
perhaps, yeah, because
Perhaps. We're just speculating
Maybe-
here. We have no idea.
maybe the play was to maybe not play the game in, just
Get the
land the stun and then
let Sonya.
put out the damage from the back.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Someone in the chat knows. You can cast the next one.
Yeah, you can. We'll get you on here instead of Coach It.
And let's see. Team look like they're gonna fight over this camp. Actually, oh, there's another one. Unstoppable though on Hogger, so it's only hits 1. Top's diving in deeper, but Elf Boy is in the back, just giving Voisin a hard time, and it is Hanzo that dies first. And Hogger, yeah, actually just hog wild.
Honk honk, dude. We saw Dark Allegiance make the attempt on the key, but he manages to survive, and Hogger causing Hogvik in the back the
Nice.
entire time.
Nice.
And for nothing team fight. Looks like they're going for the end. Top keep already down.
A lot of time before these last heroes will spawn, so I think this is going to be in the bag for the Tricky Gooses on the domination victory here.
Looking pretty good. Pretty good core damage with the Tychus and the Deathwing and the Hogger, I suppose. Even Key getting in there, slapping it up.
Get a few slaps, get a little action.
And there you have it. Game 2 and the series for Tricky Gooses with the domination victory.
And I'll tell you, that's the first domination on the stream for the season, so shout out to them for that, because
Yeah.
they're showing us it still can be done.
Too tricky for the curse to work, I guess, is the takeaway from that.
Absolutely. So 2-0 victory there for our Tricky Gooses. Actually, I forgot to mark that they had won game 1, so no one knows that they actually just won the whole series. There it is. Yeah, Jordo Max. Hogger was destroying the back line, and I paid attention in that last team fight. I was like, okay, it's definitely Hogger making all those plays. So there you have it. Let's check out some stats, see if we can get an interview here.
Yeah, we saw Tychus leading the damage charts. Not surprising. Deathwing, though, pumping out 40k in his own right. and it kills 16-9. It wasn't a stomp. It was a close game, a little bit of a back and forth. The Hogger did die 4 times, but I think he got a lot of value out of each one.
For sure. I mean, was scaling through the game. Had it the other way too. I mean, they did put the damage out onto the Deathwing a few times. They won a few of those team fights, so definitely showed some life there, trying to take back game 2.
Yeah, we saw flames on the kill thrust there, popping out 41,000. Not too shabby.
Let's see if we can get the one and only Key over here. Elf.
Oh, that's the dream.
Wow, Key doesn't even want to interview with us. Come on. All right. We do get Elf
Key.
up in here, though. I'll take it. We got Elf, the Hogger. So we can have a little hog chat.
Headed?
All right, let's go over into one of the lobbies there. Let's see if he's coming in. So, where? So we will have the elf boy in here. Give him a second to join us. Any minute now.
Yep, we're just awkwardly waiting.
Like, please give us an interview.
Let's, yeah.
So, oh, here.
There he is.
Hello.
Alfie, how you doing?
I'm doing good. It feels really good with that win. Those team fights were excellent. Excellent team fights. At least the ones where I wasn't getting full comboed and 100%ed.
I mean,
How you boys doing?
we had a great time. You guys really put on a show tonight. Really good combos in both games. Obviously, we didn't get to see as much what you were doing during lane, but we saw you giving a hard time.
They sent the solo laner to go interview. It's like, okay, well, I soaked. And then about halfway through the game, I soaked some more. And then I threw a Diva Bomb, and then I soaked again.
All right, there you go. Interview over. We've learned everything we need to know. But let us know in game 1. So you picked the Diva there. Were you picking it into Kira? Or was Kira?
It was very odd. Now, generally in a draft, you go after either targeted bans or you're going after something strong, Chromie, Uther. For some reason, they were only hard banning offlaners. Now, at first we thought, okay, maybe they know we have a Rexar, and then the Sony ban happened. And then, what was it? The Zool ban?
Yeah.
Double Zool ban each game. So we just thought they had some hidden strat against not wanting to get split pushed on. We didn't know what was happening there. But no, everything else was banned, picked the Diva, didn't fight the Kira the entire game, just dual soaked and tried to stay away from her.
Yeah, it seemed like a kind of an unorthodox Dragonshire top lane for sure.
We were actually going into it pretty worried. Like, usually when you have that many globals, top gets ganked, and even with a Diva, you just die, or maybe put the ETT top and he globals down. We were generally worried, but we
pulled it off
on bottom.
Yeah, so winning in the 4-man kind of just gave you the advantage. Got the fort even before the first DK, so that was looking good. Now let's talk about that Hogger, though, in game 2.
Like I said, I felt like I did absolutely nothing. I looked at my damage halfway through the game. Sonya had double my damage, and then the last 2 team fights happened where the burst was thrown after Key and Ken and our backline, and they just let me at that Hanzo and that KT. I loved it. The whole time I'm just like, and it feels real bad when you get comboed, but God, it feels real good when you don't.
Oh, that was pretty awesome. We actually in that first of the last two team fights, we thought they had a huge engage. They got the big arrow, the leap, and then all of a sudden we're like, hold on, everyone's dying. What's going on here? And apparently
they just let me at the back. They were all grouped up in a nice little corridor, and you really don't want to do that against Hogger. And it helps that we lived through the burst. Like, all of the burst happened, and we were still able to fight.
Yeah.
He was just out of range, and Ken kept him up.
And we know about playing with Key, especially a Key Stukov. I mean, we were both teammates with Key back in the day, and once we saw the Key Stukov coming out.
Point. Yeah, his roots are on point. Sorry, I don't know if I'm allowed to curse.
I mean, I wouldn't stop you, but so yeah. How about you, Sheed? You got any questions here?
I mean, you kind of hit most of it. I mean, I guess I don't know. I got nothing.
Was it an exciting match to watch? That's all I give a crap about.
No, yeah, it was great. I mean, huge combos for sure.
Perfect. That's all we're here for.
Yeah. So good execution. And I mean, even game 2, you know, there was a good back and forth. They got some good team fights off against you, so they were, you know, fighting back, and so it was looking good.
Yeah, the fight on the Minotaur camp, or the Khazar camp, I think that's what it's called. Oh, man. Getting blown up, and then I think our ice wall zoned off basically the entire team. So Ken was getting he wasn't getting Shrek, but he was getting all of the focus, and no one was there to heal him.
Cool, man. So overall, great series domination victory for you guys. You must be feeling good. You got any last shout outs or comments here for the interview?
Definitely Key, definitely Ken. He's our brand new tank. He's not that he's new to tank, but he's come in the last couple games and he's really shined. Like, his Garrosh has single-handedly carried us through a lot of these games. I believe there was one game where we accidentally random Jaina in a draft, and just the fact that he had Garrosh and I was playing Jaina randomly instead of offlane, he's brought a lot to the team. Nice. Oh, also shout out to Duck, who wasn't playing today, who's our like sub-in / manager / good friend. I
think he was in the chat. I think we saw a Duck in the chat. I don't know if it was the Duck, but there was a Duck here.
Yeah, there's actually a couple Ducks out there. I played against one quick match the other night. I thought I lost a Duck. I was very salty, but it wasn't him, so I felt better.
Well, congrats on the domination victory, and good luck in the rest of the season. So we hope to see you for some more games.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for casting. You have a great night.
All right, you too. All right, guys, that is going to be our cast for tonight. The first domination victory of the season on our stream here. And it was a good one. Very clean plays by Tricky Gooses. Dark Allegiance showing life there in game 2, but just couldn't hold on. And that's going to be the domination tonight for Tricky Gooses. That's about it for us, though. But this was an early cast and a quick game, so there's going to be a lot of NGS action out there tonight. Make sure you catch some more games. I just hit that Twitch affiliate, so if you want to follow the stream, you want to hit that sub button like I got my first subscriber today by some random guy named Sheej.
Some idiot.
But anyways, yeah, we had a great time. Sheej, you got anything to say?
Nah, man, just looking forward to casting some more with you, and yeah, we had a good time.
Yeah. Anything you're gonna be ordering tonight?
Oh, maybe some Papa John's. I don't know. Not sure.
Yeah.
Haven't decided yet.
No. This stream was sponsored by the Papa John's delivery guy who refused to come to my door last night. So,
Yep, he drove all the way to this dude's apartment, but wouldn't get out of his car, and ended up canceling the order.
Pretty ridiculous. Anyways, that's it for us. Catch some more NGS action, and we'll be back for more. So make sure you hit the follow so you catch when we're back out here. Thanks, guys, and we'll see you soon.